part 2 of the Fantasy Baseball Dime. We're here to preview the first baseman, and Anthony Duane will be here previewing the first baseman.
Everyone knows that he's probably, to argue, one of, if not the best baseball player in the MLB, and that is, of course, Albert Pujols. Everyone knows him. He has a powerful batting stance, can hit 300, drive in 100, score a lot of runs, and hit for over 30 home runs. And also, now we're on to Miguel Cabrera.
And I'd just like to demonstrate Albert Pujols' swing. Now, in a lineup with power, Albert Pujols produces. Albert Pujols, as you see, goes down, and when he twists to hit that baseball, his hips are arguably the strongest hips in the MLB. That is what makes Albert Pujols so productive. And, not to mention, he's in one of the best lineups in the National League.
Scoring 118 RBIs. Albert Pujols last season scored 118 RBIs. And now we're on to Miguel Cabrera. Miguel Cabrera, he was runner-up in the MVP voting. People say he could have won the MVP, and now here's a video of him. Him and his team in spring training. And workouts.
It's a little good. The spring training here in Lakeland, February the 18th. And this morning's main event was the arrival of Miguel Cabrera. And it was like a rock star had just shown up here in Lakeland. And he looks magnificent. For fans who are wondering whether Cabrera might come a little bit on the chunky side, which was the criticism last year when he was with Florida, they can relax. Because Cabrera looks like he's been working out on the Nautilus all off-season. His diet's clearly changed. He looked as sleek as a man who's 6'4" and 240 pounds. Just about all muscle could look. You can see, though, the excitement that followed him into the clubhouse today, even from his teammates, guys who've known about Miguel Cabrera for a long time. People who played with him when he was in Florida, whether it was Pudge or whether it was Dontrelle Willis. When this man...
And now we're on to our third first baseman, Joey Votto of the Cincinnati Reds. Won an MVP this year. People say, oh, that most certainly should have been Albert Pujols. He was a Triple Crown candidate until the end of the season when Carlos Gonzalez came around. He was great. He hit over 300, drove in 100, drove in over 100, and hit over 30 home runs. He has a powerful batting stance, can drive in runs in that Reds lineup. He is one of the, if not the reason, that the Reds made it to the playoffs this season. They didn't do that well in the playoffs, but now here we go to Nate for Joey Votto.
Well, actually, I'll be doing Adrian Gonzalez. Adrian Gonzalez is fourth on this board, but what you have to factor in, he will be moving to Fenway Park. People don't know how good he is, so people aren't going to pick him first, second, or third, arguably ahead of the three best baseball players in the MLB. But he is good, and he may still be available in the second round, because I know in a lot of drafts he was still available in the second, third round last year. What Adrian Gonzalez is going to bring to the Boston Red Sox is he's going to be able to hit doubles. Off that green monster, he's a great opposite field hitter. He does have a slow swing. That's what makes him, that's what allows him to drive it off the green monster. He could arguably hit 50, 60 doubles this year with about 50, 60 home runs, and arguably drive in about 130 RBIs. And I'll take it back to Anthony.
Also, when he was in Petco Park, most of those fly balls, if he hit to the left field, those would be out in Fenway Park in most of the ballparks. That is a pitcher-friendly ballpark. And now we're on to Ryan Howard. People may say he's not even in the top 5. You won't get him until it's third round. But he will be good once he comes back healthy in that Phillies potent lineup. Yes, they lost Jason Worth, who drove in a lot of runs, but now they still have Chase Utley and Dominic Brown, and Carlos Ruiz, and Jimmy Rollins in that lineup. And he has a great swing, can drive in runs, hit 30-plus home runs a season, hit 250, but he does strike out a lot and swing and misses, which again why he's not number 1 on this thing. And that concludes this first baseman section. And we'll be back with the second baseman after this.